This video tutorial shows you how to fill out Form 2, Application for Protection Order, in terms of the Protection from Harassment Act 2011. When will you want to fill out a form like this? The Protection from Harassment Act has a very wide definition of harassment, and it includes stalking and bullying. So if somebody is giving you unwanted attention online, if you've told them to stop and they do not stop, or if their attempts to harass you are repeated, then you will fill out this form. What is the purpose of this form? You fill out this form if you want to take it to your local magistrate court, where you will get an order if the magistrate finds it justifiable, which in cases of harassment they do. You will then get an order prohibiting the harassing party from harassing you again. If the person who harassed you does it again, they can be arrested. Okay, so this is a great tool. This is a helpful tool. Many people tend to black out completely the moment that they deal with legal stuff or court stuff. So I need you to calm down before you read this form. You need to be entirely calm, otherwise you'll struggle to understand the content. When you look at it with a calm and restful mind, then you will actually see that this form makes a lot of sense. Let's start at the beginning. The Magistrates Court for the District of. Now, what you're going to fill out on that line is which court you are going to use to apply for the protection order. Normally, that court would be the court where the person who is harassing you resides. If you do not know where the person who is harassing you resides, then fill it out and leave open this part in the magistrate court for the district of. And then when you're done filling the form, just fill in your local magistrate's court's name, because you can always go to the magistrate court and ask them, I don't know where the person who harasses me stays, but I do have their IP address, for example. Using this, they can then track down the responsible harasser. Okay, so Magistrates Court for the District of, you're going to put either the district court where the person who harasses you is located, or your own if you do not know where that person lives. Application number, leave it open. They will assign an application number. Name of complainant, that is your name and surname. If you are bringing this application on behalf of someone else, write their name and surname, and then in brackets you'll say represented by yourself. Okay, this is where we are now. This form is to be lodged with the clerk of the court. So when you are done filling out this form, you're going to take it to your local magistrate's court and you're going to say, hello, I'm looking for the person who deals with the Protection from Harassment Act order, and you will then be directed to the correct person. Okay. Under that, there's a paragraph. Is the complainant in possession of or in the process of applying for a protection order as provided for in the Domestic Violence Act? Most likely this answer will be no. You will know if the answer is yes, because you will be in the middle of such a procedure. In that case, say yes, otherwise say no. Part A, application. Particulars of the complainant. This is where you insert your details. If you are bringing the complaint on behalf of someone else, a friend or a minor, then you will add their details. Fairly straightforward. Name, full names, ID number, date of birth, address, contact numbers, work address, work telephone number, occupation. Obviously, if it's a minor, the occupation will be scholar. Number 2, particulars of person making the application on behalf of the above-mentioned complainant. You will only fill this out if you are making the application on behalf of someone else. Okay, once again, straightforward. Name, ID number, date of birth, address, contact details, work address, work telephone number, occupation, nature of relationship with the complainant. So if you are bringing this on behalf of your husband, you will say, I am his spouse. If there are good reasons why you are making the application on behalf of someone else, you will state there, I'm helping someone because she struggles with this form, or I am helping someone because we are related, or I am helping someone because I am their adult guardian. Indicate whether written consent of the complainant has been obtained. Please check that out. It says either you got written consent, 2, written consent is not necessary since the complainant is a child, or 3, the complainant cannot provide written consent. Okay, this is all straightforward. Please just answer it truthfully, because all you need to do is to put there what the factual state of things is. Okay, number 3. Particulars of related persons affected by harassment. So, if you are a mother and your children are being affected by the harassment, you will put their names, age, and relationships to you in that column. If it is your spouse, then you will write name, surname of spouse, age of spouse, and then under relation status, spouse. You write spouse. Okay, so that is how that works. Number 4, information regarding the acts of harassment. What you're going to do here is to write down exactly what happened. When were you harassed? On what platform were you harassed? At what time and what date? And you can attach screenshots. Okay, you can attach copies of screenshots. It is my advice that the copies of screenshots be certified by a commissioner of oath. You must have the original available, and you must be able to provide it if so requested. Obviously, when dealing on social media, the original will be online. So you're going to have to take screenshots of the harassment, get it certified, take it with. This is not a difficult exercise. All you need to do is to write down how you were harassed. Okay, number 5. Particulars of the respondent. The respondent is the person who is harassing you. Fill out the details of the person in 5.1 if you know who the harasser is. If you do not know, you will use paragraph 5.2. You will note that this makes provision for example, IP addresses that the police may use to track down the person who is harassing you. Use this. It is a wonderful tool. It is available to you. So if you do know who your harasser is, use 5.1. Straightforward. Name, surname, address, telephone number, fax, email, cell phone, work address, work telephone number, and occupation. 5.2, you use this if you do not know who your harasser is. Okay, if you want to know what an IP address is, in column 2 at 5.2. An IP address is if you go onto someone's profile on, say, Facebook, up in the search bar, there is an address, www.facebook/whatever. Use that. Put that in here because the police are going to use that to find the person responsible with their IP address. Go. Once again, you can use here the electronic communications identity number. That is an IP address. Okay. Date, time, and duration of harassing communication. You just write it down there. 5.3. Where the respondent is unknown to the complainant and physically harasses the complainant. That would be when you have a stalker whose identity you have not confirmed. Please fill it out. You'll have to describe the respondent. What does the respondent look like? Where do you think the respondent can be found? And any other information that may help the police to track down the respondent. Remember, the respondent is the person who is harassing you. Okay, if you made a police statement in relation with the stalking, check out paragraph D1 and 2. You will have to state that you have done so and at what police station you have done it. It's not necessary. This form simply makes provision for in case you have done so. 6. Information regarding the urgency of application. Normally, a protection from harassment order application may be quite urgent because harassment is a pressing matter. You will state in paragraph 6 why your case is urgent. Now, this may include the fact that you're fearing for your life every day. It may include the fact that the harassment is perpetually continuing. It doesn't stop. That is urgent. You need urgent intervention. Clause 7 states what the court is requested to order. Remember, the whole point of an Harassment Act application is to ask the court to make a certain order. This order will most likely be that the person who is harassing you may not do it again. Okay, so you are going to circle and write down what you want the court to find, what you want the court to order. The court is requested to prohibit the respondent from 7.1.1 engaging or attempting to engage in harassment. Most likely, you will use A. B. Engaging or 7.1.2, engaging in or attempting to engage in harassment of the related person whose particulars are provided in paragraph 3 above. Go up to paragraph 3, check out who is affected by the harassment, and if applicable, mark 7.1.2. 7.1.3. Enlisting the help of another person to engage in the harassment of the complainant. What does this mean? 7.1.2 means someone uses someone else to harass you. There's more than one person who harasses you. Okay, so you obtain the order against those responsible, and in terms of 7.1.2, they are prohibited from using other people in addition to themselves to harass you. Mark 7.1.3. 7.1.2, my apology. You will see that 7.1.2, it's a form mistake, has been printed twice. Circle them both because the court writes out a separate order. It doesn't matter that the numbers are mixed up. Don't worry about it at all. The magistrate will still make the correct order. 7.1.3. The court is requested to permit the respondent from committing any of the following acts. Now, if you feel that this person may endanger you if they come close to you, you can write it there. Please prohibit the respondent from coming within 100 meters of me. Please prohibit the respondent from hurting me. Please prohibit the respondent from contacting my workplace, etc. So whatever additionally you would like, you put at 7.1.3 ABC. It also makes provision for imposing the following additional conditions that are necessary to protect and provide for the well-being of the complainant. Here you tell the court if there are any additional measures you need to keep you safe. That is under 7.2. 7.3. Mark the appropriate space. If you would like an order that a member of the SAPS must seize certain weapons from the respondent, mark it. That the member of the SAPS is to accompany you to a certain residence, and let's say you want to go and fetch your stuff from the person who is harassing you. For some reason your stuff is at their house, you don't want to go there alone, you're scared, then you mark 7.3b. 7.3c is great. It orders the station commander of the relevant police station to investigate the matter with the view of instituting criminal prosecution against the respondent. C, very important, you might need it. If so, mark it. It orders the police to investigate the harassment. Okay, clause 8 deals with personal property. Let's say some of your property is in the possession of the respondent. This provides you with a tool to get it back. Number 9. Okay, so remember I said this is a court order. So if the respondent continues to harass you, even though there's a court order stating he's not allowed, then you will take that to the police station where a criminal case will be opened against the respondent. That is what paragraph 9 is all about. Police station where breach of protection order is likely to be reported, fill out your nearest police station's name. Number 10, index of annexes to this form. You will remember that I said earlier, if for example you are being harassed online, then you're going to need screenshots of the harassment. At number 10, you are going to list each and every page with these screenshots. You're going to mark each page from A to Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then you're going to state next to that in the fatter column what exactly the documents are, the annexes are that you are adding to this application. So all you're going to do is to get your annexes, which is your screenshots, for example. It could also be a video on a CD. You're going to attach that to this form. You're going to mark it with an alphabet letter, and you are going to hand it in. All right. Part B, don't worry about this. This is to be filled out by the relevant court official. And there you go. That is how you fill out a protection from harassment order application.